Alrighty. We're coming back to this. Remember this? Remember this? This fucking thing? This piece of shit? HX4 Vantech that I had to modify the hell out of because it was cooking my hard drives. Well, she didn't burst into flames, but the very, very distinct smell of electronics on fire came out of it. So, I've been out of commission for about 2 weeks, so I don't have access to my music or movies or anything that was on there. So, it's time to resurrect the project of 10-bay hard drive enclosure. Not an ass. I don't give a crap about putting it to my network. I want to plug this in and have full speed to 10 very fast hard drives. These are not those hard drives. These are old hard drives. This is a 10 gig. This is a 4 gig? 40 gig. This. Look at this son of a bitch. 92. This is a, no way. 212 meg hard drive. That's a 10. And that's, whatever the hell this is, a 6.4 gig. And they're here just for sizing up and template work. I don't know how I have this many, but I do. Quiet M audios. Here's the plan. So, I wasn't sure what case I was going to use, and I'm going to probably go with this Bosch, because it works out in the following way. Hard drives are going to line up along the bottom edge. I have not yet figured out how I'm going to... There's going to be spacing that I have to calculate. But I should be able to get at least that much space between them. Now listen for cooling, because cooling is important. Leaving this much space up here for stuff. I bought 2 of these SATA control boards. 5 hard drives each, and then an eSATA out. They also have all sorts of LEDs and control things. They'll do RAID. I'm not raiding any of this. I just want access to all my hard drives. So 2 of these. Here's the other one. I bought a crap ton of SATA cables, or right angles and straights. I could probably just go with super straights. I don't know. I had a bunch laying around. These took 3 weeks to get delivered from China. I will not even bother showing you where to buy these. I bought 6 splitters. And what I'm going to probably do, I'm going to cut all these off. I'm going to do all custom wiring, because this is not, I don't want this thing to be a mess. Everything's going to be a power rail. There's going to be 2. I don't have one here. Just power bricks, because my Vantech used a power brick, a 5 amp power brick, and a powered 4 hard drives. So I'm going to get 2 6 amp power bricks, stick them in here, and alternate every other hard drive with power, and it'll power the fan. The fan's going to be up here, and it's going to be a blower style fan. It's not going to be a standard square fan. It's going to be a long 8.25 inch fan designed for cooling off amplifiers that I've gotten mixed results of how much CFM it has, so that'll be arriving in a couple days and I can test it. And if it works, it should sit up here blowing out, and I will pop holes in the back of this unit on this side, allowing air to come up through all the channels and cool the hard drives off. Now the fun part is IT Man's going to end up making me a fan controller, because I can't find one that does what I need. I need one that he's going to make it so that it reads all 10 hard drives, and whatever the hottest hard drive is, it controls the fan and how hot it should go and on and off. And he's going to set it so I can set a temperature. It's going to have an LCD display, and I'm going to be able to say, I want it to be no hotter than 85F in there. And if it gets higher than 85F, the fan spins up and hotter and higher until it tries to, cool the box off at 100%. In which case, I guess if it goes past a certain point, it could alarm, but we haven't discussed it yet. And that's all going to be powered by one of those 2, or maybe, I don't know how many of those power supply things I'm going to get. They're cheap. They're like $9. And I feel shitty using cheap power supplies, but I'm not going to put a full computer power supply in here. I, A, don't have the room, and B, don't think I need one. I also bought some 12 volt to 5 volt reducers. Those were like $4 or $5 a piece. I found those on Amazon. So I should be able to just go 12 volt into the yellow and black, and then use those converters and then split it off to the red and black, and I'll have that all work out. I've also got to power the boards. Everything's going to be split in half, the workload. Since it's 10, it'll be 5 and 5, 2 boards, 2 power supplies, 1 fan. That's the only thing that's singular. And as you can see, the hard drives sit there and everything closes even though this comes down. It is very tight though. But that should be fine. And I'm only going to start out with 5 hard drives. The 4 that were in that, and I have one extra 2.5 that someone gave me. And so it's going to probably have big gaps in it. Actually, this is 5 right here. So if I skipped every other one, it would have to look like... This one wouldn't be on the end. It would be like that. And then we'll just drill all the holes in the back. And this fan will blow out and go... Just like I did on that with the holes in the side where it just sucked air through. Sucked air past everything. It would all come out and up. Now, holding these in place is what I've got to work out now. Because I don't think they're going to screw in. That's old school dumb. I'm probably just going to cut some cutting board or something and just put very small, skinny spacers here. And foam line the bottom and the back so that it doesn't get jostled too bad. I mean, thin foam, the shit I talk about all the time, this stuff. A couple strips of this. These are actually, this is 1/2 inch, so that 2 strips should be enough to have a hard drive sit, and then have a block, and sit, and block, and sit, and block. And then when I close this down, I'll have something on here that goes between, just enough, don't want to block airflow, just want to get it in there, holds all the hard drive steady so I can stand it up. Bosch is going to be labeled upside down. Oh well, I don't know why they did that. And this is what my next project is. Other than that, that's got things coming in the mail. So, custom wiring. Lots of SATA connections. Lots of them. And I was looking for... I don't know if anyone on the YouTubes can help me. I found one... Well, Cheese found one, honestly. Cheese. This is partly Cheese's. eSATA. Out of this... to a USB 3. Because I want this to just be USB 3. A plug and play. Now, I found one that is 2 eSATA ports in. It's a board like this. Two SATA ports in and 1 USB 3 out at full speed. But they don't sell it anywhere. I've only been able to contact the manufacturer and no one will call me back. And I can find little dongles that are eSATA to USB 3, but singular. So I'd either have to have 2 cables coming out of this box, or I'd have to do that all internally, buy 2 of those, and they're $25 a piece, and then a USB 3 hub to get it to go together. And that just seems like a real fuck around and inefficient. I got 15 now. Put this back in the bag. Yeah, this is an interesting little project because I'm so tired of like, oh, I can fit 4 or 3 or 2 or 8. No, I'm gonna be able to fit 10. I don't want these to get rattled around too badly either. Here's the instructions, by the way, for the thing. 1 to 5 SATA port multiplier, full support for FIS, switch base, switching host, command line, 48-bit LBA drive capacity, It'll handle RAID 0, 1, 5, 10, concatenated, I have no idea what that is, and JBOD. And all the different LED controls. System error, EEPROM error, system ready, EEPROM access LED. So I could have like 10 hard drives somewhere on this, all blinking and flashing and flashing and beeping and beeping and flashing and beeping. Closing this should lock everything in place. It's going to be heavy too.